Hello bookish friends, and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today we are doing a spend a couple bookish days with me vlog, I guess. I don't know. I am currently in Manhattan with Chris, not physically with him right now, but he had like a work conference this week from Monday to Wednesday. And if you didn't know, I work for a company that does deliveries for McDonald's, and I have a lot of stores in Manhattan that I had to visit. So I was like, hey, can I tag along and just stay in the hotel and get some store visits done? And he was like, yeah, duh. We have 3 days in the city, which it's fantastic for me because instead of having to leave my house at 7 a.m. to drive here and then drive back in the same day, I can literally just spend 3 days here, get so many store visits done. And yeah, and obviously there's a lot of like really cutesy bookstores and bookish themed stores and like stationery shops in Manhattan. So we're gonna spend a couple days together. I don't know how much I'm actually gonna do. I know a couple places that I want to go to, but I might spread them out throughout the couple days that we're here. So we'll just see what this video goes. It may be a 10-minute video, it may be a 45-minute video. We never know with me. So a couple places that I want to visit are Strand Bookstore, which is in Midtown Manhattan. That's just like a it's an independent bookstore, but they have new books, used books, you can sell books there. They have a bunch of stuff that's based in the city. They pretty much have everything, so I want to go there. There's this other bookish store that I found from somebody. I followed somebody on Instagram and she was talking about this place, and I'm totally gonna butcher the name, but I'm pretty sure it's Niconeco Zakkaya. It's like a stationery shop, which is also in Midtown Manhattan. There's two other bookstores that I maybe want to go to if I have time, and one is the Mysterious Bookshop in McNally Jackson, and I might try to go to the Barnes & Noble in Union Square. We'll just, you know, we're just gonna go with the flow and see what happens. So let's just get right into some bookish footage. I don't know. Bear with me on this video because I have no idea what's actually going to be filmed. friends, we are back. I have accomplished one store, and that is Strand. This is a new and used indie bookstore in Midtown Manhattan. They are known for having 18 miles of books. Like, they have so much stuff in there. I hope the footage does it justice because there are so many books in there, and they have books like outside. It was insanity in there, and it was harder to film in there than I thought because it was like overwhelming because they had so many good books. Like, I could have spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars in that store, but I had to refrain myself a little bit. I ended up not going anywhere else today because I walked to all the stores that I went to today, so I didn't have to worry about driving, and I just like Ubered. And by the time I was like done with work, I was like, I'm so tired. I almost didn't go to Strand because I was tired, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take an Uber there. We'll get that out of the way and then we'll go from there. So I should have gone to the Barnes & Noble in Union Square first because I literally passed it in my Uber, but I didn't want to like ask him to drop me off there and then walk to Strand, which looking back, I should have done that, but it is what it is. So let's just talk about what I got from Strand. And these are in no particular order whatsoever. So the first book I have here is The Mermaid, the Witch, and the Sea by Maggie Takuto Hall. Honestly, this cover is what got me. And yeah, one quick thing about Strand is it is a used bookstore. They have a lot of used books, but some of them were like ridiculously overpriced in my opinion. Like, they had a lot of book of the month books. They buy books kind of similar to what like a Half Price Books does. So you sell your books to them, and I'm sure they give you some sort of store credit, but like I saw a lot of book of the month books that were like $23, and I was like, okay, they're usually $10. Like, if I had seen a bunch of $10 book of the month books, I wouldn't have been like, okay, whatever. I literally was like $23 for a book of the month book, and they had a lot of like used books, and you could tell they were used for like full price, if not more. But all the books I got, I made sure I got the cheapest one because I was like, well, I'm getting used books, like I'm not spending a ton of money on them. I will also tell you the prices. So this is about Florin and Evelyn. They have lived their lives by the rules and whims of others. The pirate Florian, born Flora, has always done whatever it takes to survive. Now that means sailing under false flag on the Dove as a mortarer, a thief, and worse. I honestly don't really know what this is about. I'm pretty sure it's a young A, like fantasy. Oh, it says right here, LGBTYA. So very excited about this. This was $10.99, which I didn't think was bad because this book is in like perfect condition, but I love this cover and I'm very excited for that. The next book I got is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. And this was $10, and it's clearly a used copy. The reason I'm laughing is because I just read It Girl by Ruth Ware and absolutely hated it, but this was the first Ruth Ware book I ever read, but it was back in like 2017 maybe, and I just remember loving this, so I was like, I feel like I should read this again and like see if my younger self was just like an idiot and didn't know good books, because now I read a lot more than I did back then. So I want to reread this. It's about this girl that is like a journalist. She goes on a luxury new cruise ship, and then somebody dies and it's some crazy shit happens. I don't know. I remember loving this, so high hope. The next book I have is A Dash of Salt and Pepper. This freaking cover got me. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce this author's name, but look at how beautiful this cover is. Like, come on. I'm not gonna read the full description. I'm just gonna read some of the blurbs here. It says, a saucy, sweet, sexy small town romance that made me laugh and swoon in equal measure. So clearly it's about like cooking, and it's male-male romance. So very excited about this. This was $13, which was only $4 cheaper than regular price, but honestly I was like, whatever, $13 was better than $17. Love this cover, can't wait for that one. The next book is a book I've had my eye on for a while since Gabby Rees here on YouTube was like raving about it, and that is Any Man by Amber Tamblyn. I'm pretty sure this is about men that get like sexually assaulted by women, and it's like a different take on that. There's a violent serial rapist who goes by the name Maud is on the loose. She hunts for men at bars and online. Place doesn't matter, neither does the man. Her victims then must grapple with the aftermath of their assault. So it's kind of like a different take on RAPE, because usually it's like men doing it to females, so this is like the other way around, and I love fucked up shit, so very excited for this one. This was a $9 book because it is in pretty used condition. Very excited to have got this. I have been wanting to read this for so long, and it's like a short little book, so very excited for that. The next book I have here is Georgie All Along. This book, every time I see it in stores, I always want to buy it, but I never do. I got this for $10 when it was originally $17. It's in this heartfelt tale of one woman's quest to reinvent herself. The author delivers a poignant, witty reflection on how the hopes, dreams, and stories from our past shape our futures. Honestly and deeply emotional, Georgie All Along is a smart, tender must-read for anyone who's ever wondered about the life that got away. Just sounded so cute, and for $10, I was like, sure, I'll try. All right, I've got 2 books left, and they're both Book of the Month books, I think. Yep. So this is what I was talking about. Like, they had so many Book of the Month books. If you don't know anything about Book of the Month, you really only pay $10 for a book, or you pay $15.99 for their like membership, but any add-ons you get are $10. So when I saw that they had some books for like $23, I was like, suspicious. First book I have here is Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manasala. I have no idea, I'm sorry. This is the first book in a new culinary cozy series full of sharp humor and delectable dishes, one of which might just be a killer. I hear so many good things about this. I am so into cozy mysteries right now after reading the newest Finley Donovan book. So when I saw this for $8.50, I was like, yep, sure. Like $8.50 should have been how all of the Book of the Month books were priced, regardless of their condition. So I'm very excited to read this. And then the last book is also a book that I've had on my want to read for so long, and that is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I'm pretty sure this is made into a Netflix show now. This was $11. It says Louise is a single mom, a secretary stuck in a rut. On a rare night out, she meets a man in a bar and sparks fly. Though he leaves after they kiss, she's thrilled she finally connected with someone. She arrives at work the next day. That man that she kissed is her boss, David. Another day, Louise bumps into Adele, who is David's wife. So it's like love triangle, picture perfect, husband and wife. What are they hiding? So I have heard nothing but great things about this, and I heard about this a while ago and literally put it on my want to read on Goodreads and just never found it for a good price until this time. So very excited for that. So those are the books I got from Strand. A great start to this couple of bookish days. I don't know where else I'm gonna go. The only places I really would love to go are maybe the 2 like indie bookshops, which is the Mysterious Bookshop and McNally Jackson, and that stationery shop. Like, those are the 3 places I really want to go. So between tomorrow and Wednesday, that can happen. I just like didn't have it in me today, but we got haul number 1 down, and I will be back when I'm going somewhere cool. Okay, hello friends. I have showered, I have dried my hair, put on some decently nice clothes. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm gonna walk to the Mysterious Bookshop, and it's a bookshop that really only sells like thrillers and mysteries, so I'm very excited because if you don't know, that's my favorite genre to read. I started reading from thrillers, so very excited for that. And then I'm gonna pick up Chipotle on my way home, and then once I'm done eating, I will come back. I will show you what I get, but I'm tired and it's raining a little bit, so hopefully it holds off. But we're gonna head to that bookstore. I'll throw in some B-roll, and then we'll talk about the books I got when I get back. Okay, hello friends, I'm back. It was sprinkling as I was walking to the bookstore, but it stopped when I came out, so that is fantastic. I need to be stopped. I did even more damage at the store. I got 5 books, and this bookstore was so cool. It wasn't anything like special really, but I liked how it was all mysteries and thrillers, and they had such a good variety of like authors I've never heard of before, but they also had like Alex Michaelides, Mary Kubecka. Like they had a bunch of like newer books, but they also had a lot of like indie authors and smaller authors. So let's just get right into the books I got from the Mysterious Bookshop. I don't know about you, but when I go book shopping, if I pick up a book and I read the synopsis and I'm like, oh, that sounds good, I always go to Goodreads and like see what the rating is, which I should stop doing that because reading is so subjective, and like what somebody else doesn't like, I might like, and what I don't like, somebody else might not like. So it's like, why do I go based off ratings when if the synopsis sounds good to me, I should just get it? Because there was a lot of books that I put back because it had like a crappy rating on Goodreads, and I was like, you know what, I probably would like that, and the synopsis sounds like something I like. So when I was like halfway through looking, I was like, you know what, I'm just not gonna use Goodreads anymore. If the synopsis sounds good to me and I think it's something that I would really enjoy, I'm just gonna pick it up. So I also love when stores, like indie bookstores, give you bookmarks because I leave them in the books so I know exactly where I got the book from, even though I remember most of the time, but sometimes, you know, it just slips. So I'm not gonna go in order of when I picked these up because I honestly can't remember, but the first book I have here is The Sanctuary by Katrine Engberg. I have no idea, I'm sorry. This says, a man awakes to the nightmarish sound of an industrial saw. Tied up and unable to move, he can only watch as the blade approaches. It leads readers on a brilliant twisted chase through the past and present as she brings the story of 3 different people to a stunningly satisfying conclusion. So it's about 3 different people that I think end up on this island almost. Somebody from the police force who's nursing a broken heart and taking refuge on this island. There's somebody who is writing a biography on somebody else. It says, back in Copenhagen, Annette Warner is tasked leading the investigation into a gruesome discovery found in a trunk buried in a downtown playground. So there's 3 different characters that are like going through 3 different things. Apparently their stories get interconnected somehow, and I kind of love stuff like that. So I'm very excited to read this one. The next one I got is And There He Kept Her by Joshua Moling. Again, so sorry if I'm pronouncing these wrong. This gives me the vibes of Don't Breathe, that movie where the guy is blind and like people think that it's gonna be so easy to break into his house, and joke's on them. Because this synopsis, ready? It says, they thought he was a helpless old man. They were wrong. When 2 teenagers break into a house on a remote lake in search of prescription drugs, what starts as a simple burglary? Why can't I say that word? What starts as a simple burglary, I can't say it, just move on, turns into a nightmare for all involved. I don't know, that I read that and I kind of stopped reading the synopsis, and I was like, that gives me the vibes of Don't Breathe, and that's like one of my favorite movies ever, so I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy this, and I love this cover, so very excited for this. The next book I have is The Less Dead by Denise Mina, and I actually saw this at Strand and was like, I don't know, and then saw it here and I was like, okay, that's probably a sign. Like, I've seen the same book twice in 2 indie bookstores. So it says, newly single, secretly pregnant, and having just lost her adoptive mother, Dr. Margot Dunlap finds herself at a crossroads. So she goes in search of her birth mother, hoping for guidance. Instead, she finds Nikki, her mother's sister. Aunt Nikki has upsetting news. Margot's mother is dead. Worse, she was murdered years ago and her killer is still at large and sending Nikki threatening letters. Margot is torn. This isn't what she expected. Should she just stay out of this mess? But then Margot receives a letter too. Someone out there has been watching, and in Margot sees the spinning image of her mother. I don't know. Sounds good. I love this cover. It's like a bright blue. Blue? A bright green. Jesus Christ, my brain is not working. Anyways, very excited to read this. The next book I have here is The Cleaner by Paul Cleave. This is the first book in the series. It says Joe is in control of everything in his simple life, both his day job as a janitor for the police department and his night work. He isn't bothered by the daily news reports of the Christchurch carver who, they say, has murdered 7 women. Joe knows, though, that the carver killed only 6. He knows that for a fact, and he's determined to find the copycat. He'll punish him for the 1, then frame him for the other 6. It's the perfect plan because he already knows he can outwit the police. All he needs now is to take care of all the women who keep getting in his way, including his odd, overprotective mother and Sally, the maintenance worker, who sees him as a replacement for her dead brother. Then there's a mysterious Melissa, the only woman to have ever understood him but whose fantasies of blackmail and torture don't have a place in Joe's investigation. It says this is a chilling and darkly funny thriller that will leave you clamoring for his next. I don't know what that means, like what? It's giving like kind of cozy vibes because it's funny, but like also really fucked up. So very excited for this one. And then the last book I have here is The Dead Girl in 2A by Carter Wilson. I don't even think I read the friggin' synopsis of this, did I? It says this flight will take them somewhere they never expected to go. Jake Buchanan knows the woman sitting next to him on his business flight to Denver. He just can't figure out how he knows her. Oh yeah, I did read this. Clara Stowe isn't in Jake's line of work and didn't go to college with him. They have nearly nothing in common apart from a deep and shared certainty that they've met before. As their airplane conversation deepens, both struggle to figure out what circumstances could have possibly brought them together. Then, in a revelation that sends Jake reeling, Claire admits she's traveling to Colorado Mountains to kill herself, and she disappears into the crowded airport immediately after landing. The Dead Girl in 2A is the story of what happens to Jake and Clara after they get off the plane and the manipulative figure who has brought them together decades after they first met. Intensely creepy, beautifully written, and full of Carter Wilson's signature whom can you trust paranoia. This is a psychological thriller unlike any you've read before. I lied. I did read that synopsis in the store and it totally intrigued me, so very excited for this. The author of The Last Miss Parrish, which I loved, blurbed this and said a lightning-paced thriller reminiscent of Dean Koontz. That is my little thriller haul from the Mysterious Bookshop. Very excited for these. I did some serious damage today. I bought 12 books today. I need to be stopped. The only other place I think I'm gonna go to in this vlog, hopefully, is the Niconeco whatever stationery shop. Probably on Wednesday, I would say, is gonna be the most realistic time that I'll go to that, but I think that's all the books I'm gonna buy because I really don't need any more books. I keep saying to myself that I need to stop buying books because I need to start reading what's on my TBR because I have so many fucking books. Very excited about this little haul. I will probably be back. Actually, you know what? I could give you a reading update. I could talk about reading in this, right? Because it's like a bookish stays in my life. Okay, let me take a thumbnail quick and then I'll update you on my reading. When Chris gets back from dinner, he's gonna be like, what the fuck did you do? Why did you buy so many books? But I told him I was going and he knows what to expect with me. Like, I don't just like buy one book. And I was supporting an indie bookstore, so it's a good cause, right? Let's talk about what I'm currently reading. I am reading Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh on my Kindle. I am on chapter 11. I am 22% into this. This is a slow friggin' book. It's about Johnny. He's like the star rugby player. He's like the popular boy in school. He did something to his groin, so he's like in a lot of pain all the time, but like pushing through and like super tough. And then our other character, Shannon, she's a really toxic family. Her dad's like an abusive alcoholic and she dealt with a lot of school, like bullying in school. And so she goes to this new school that her parents had to pay for. And that's where she ran into Johnny and a bunch of other shit is going on. But it's very slow. I'm not saying I don't like it, but I like fast paced. I like a lot of spice. We'll see. Everybody's like obsessed with this series and I think the 6th book just came out, so I'm like really gonna try to push through. It's about 7:18 p.m. I might do some editing on the Days of My Life vlog that's gonna go up before this and watch some Cake Boss because that's what's on TV. So I might do like maybe 20 minutes of editing while watching Cake Boss and then my computer down for a little bit because I do have until Thursday to get that video up and it's only Monday. I'm probably just gonna read until I go to bed. I'm hoping to finish this book soon. Like, I don't want to take forever to read this book, but I don't know. I think I like it better on my Kindle because I am not seeing how little progress I'm making reading it physically. I will be back when I have some sort of update, or honestly, I may even be back Wednesday when I go to the stationery shop. I'm gonna try to give you reading updates maybe every morning when I get ready, but we'll see what happens. Hello, please focus. Okay. I just spent the last maybe like 30 minutes editing. I got a lot more done than I was expecting. In this Days of My Life vlog, I definitely didn't talk as much as I normally do, which is fantastic for editing me. But if you guys like longer videos, definitely let me know because I can definitely do them and talk more, or I can definitely shut the fuck up and not talk as much. But I'm going to sit with my Kindle. It's like 8:30 and I'm just going to get some reading done. Probably put in some B-roll of me reading and like showing you what chapter I get to, and then I'll probably come back with a talking update maybe tomorrow morning when I'm getting ready. So I'll see you then. Okay, hello friends. I know I said I wasn't gonna check in tonight, but I don't know if I can do this book like full time. I feel like I just read for like, I don't even know, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. And I feel like I made 0 progress on this book. I went from, what the fuck? This camera just doesn't want to focus. I think when I started reading, I was at 22%. I'm literally only at 26%. And I've read like 5 chapters. Like I feel like I'm making no progress. So this might be something I just like pick up from time to time. Does it have an audiobook? I'm done for the night. I can't do it anymore. It might have to be a DNF. I don't know. I don't know how people can like sit and read this long and have absolutely nothing happen. I am not a slow burn girly at all. So I don't know how people do this. I'm on page 154. I don't know. I'm gonna go to bed for the night, but I'll be back either tomorrow with a reading update. No, I'm not gonna give you a reading update. I will be back either tomorrow or Wednesday or when I do something bookish. Okay, good morning friends. It is now Tuesday morning. I'm getting ready to head out for the day. Sorry for this lighting. It's the only light that is in the bathroom and it's really bright. I decided to put down I keep saying Binding 13 for now. I actually picked up another book last night because I want something that's quick and short. I looked up like best short books on Kindle Unlimited and the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey came up. And everybody always talks about that series, so I decided to pick up book 1. It's only like 130 pages, so I think I'm just gonna like read that for now and enjoy that. It's basically about like a female serial killer and she like falls in love with a detective that's trying to find her, I think. I guess it's really fucked up and I'm very excited for that. One other thing I wanted to mention. This is gonna be a somewhat brief update. So one thing I wanted to mention was I have decided, or determined I should say, that there is one like micro trope that I absolutely can't stand, and it's not even that I can't stand it in books, I can't stand it in real life either. And that is when, also sorry, there's like a vent right above the camera and it's like hardcore pumping air out. So if you can hear that in the background and you can barely hear me, I'm very sorry. But there's a micro trope that I can't stand. And it's when somebody is like seriously injured and they think that pushing through that injury is gonna help them get to where they want to be or like accomplish the goal they want to accomplish, instead of just like telling somebody that they're hurting and seeing a doctor and like actually getting it better. So what I'm referring to is freaking Johnny's groin in Binding 13. He pulled his groin at some point before this book even starts, and he talks about how like his balls are swollen and he's got like bruising all over like down there, and he talks about like how he's in so much pain and like every day it just hurts and he always has to ice it. And instead of like telling a doctor and telling his family and like resting, he's like, nope, I have to push through to the rest of the season and continue to play. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to like make it pro. And it's like, dude, no. Like, I hate when people are like seriously injured like that and just like say, oh, I just have to push through. Because somebody reading that, maybe like, I don't know, a girl that's like in that same age group, 17 years old, that's like reading it is like, oh, so he's pushing through, that means I have to push through an injury. That's like the worst thing you can do for your body. When I was younger in high school, I actually fractured my spine. I was a cheerleader and there's nothing in the world that could have made me push through that injury to continue to cheer and make it big or whatever and win any kind of competition, because I was in so much pain. But like there's legit nothing in the world that would have made me push through that. I just think that's stupid. And I think Johnny's stupid for like pushing through all this pain. He's just making it worse, not making it better. And I don't know what he's thinking, like by pushing yourself and thinking, it's fine, it's gonna get to a point where he like physically can't walk and he's not gonna be able to play rugby. Whereas if he just like got it addressed now, he might be able to play sooner than he will when he's just like pushing through, you know? So that's my little rant about that. I can't stand that. It's like actually bothering me. Like I feel like saying, Johnny, you're gonna push yourself so hard that you're not gonna be able to do anything for months. Whereas if you just like maybe told your doctor now and figured it out and rested for a couple weeks, you may be able to go back in a couple weeks. Like you're probably fucking yourself even worse doing it and pushing yourself than you are if you just like stop for a couple weeks. But not my business, not my circus, not my monkey. Anyways, that's my little rant. So I am giving up on binding 13 for now. I don't know if I'm gonna DNF it or not, but honestly, when I said I was putting it down, I felt like relief. But I don't think I'm gonna like mark it as read on Goodreads yet. I think I'm gonna leave it as like currently reading and maybe slowly work my way through it. I'm gonna give it the rest of today and this week and see how I'm feeling. A couple days go by and I don't even think about the book. I will then mark it as read and DNF it. That's my progress. I'm getting ready for work right now. I have to go to Paramus for a meeting with the other 2 people that are in my position and our boss. So they used to have an Amazon bookstore there. Like, it was the coolest thing ever, and then it closed. I wish it was still open because I totally would have gone. Because it had all of the books that you can buy on Amazon and at the price you can buy them for on Amazon, so they're cheaper. But you know what, it's fine. There is a Barnes & Noble up in Paramus, but I don't think I'm gonna be up that far, so I probably won't go there. And then I was thinking about maybe on the way back, depending on what time I'm done, going to that stationery shop that I keep talking about and just like going there and closing out this video so it's not like hanging over my head. You know, not that it's hanging over my head, but I need to stop spending money and just like finish this. So we'll see what happens, but I am gonna finish getting ready and then we'll be back at some point. Okay, hello friends. It is Tuesday night. It's about 6 p.m. Chris just left for his work dinner and I don't think I'm gonna have time to go to the stationery shop tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna take an Uber there right now, grab something to eat over there, and then come back and continue reading the Mindfuck series book 1 tonight. Hopefully finish it. I did finish editing my Days of My Life vlog that is going up. Well, it already went up on Thursday and I literally scheduled it to go up already, so I'm feeling ahead of the game. I think we're just gonna go to that little stationery shop, get some food, come back, and then I'll show you what I get. And we'll get some reading done, hopefully. Okay, hello friends. I am back and I am very stressed out from that trip. I was doing great. Where we're staying in Manhattan, we're very like downtown, almost in the financial district, so it's definitely a lot more cleaner and not as many scary people. But where I just was, where that little stationery shop was, it was a little more rundown, a little more uptown / midtown area. I was fine in the store, and then it's like I walked out and I was like waiting for an Uber and I was like getting really nervous because I just am. But let's do a little haul. I'm pretty sure this store is called Niconeco Zakkaya. It's like a little like Japanese stationery shop. It was the cutest little shop in there. It was so adorable in there. It was so tiny, but they had so many cute little things. So let's talk about what I got. The first 2 things I got are just 2 little Bookish sticker sheets. These are from Snug Room, I think is the name of the brand. I got these ones. They're just like very cozy looking, floral. I mean, I don't really like cats, but I liked every other sticker on this. I thought that was super cute. And then I also got this one, which this one is more Bookish themed. So as you can tell, there's like a cozy little reading chair, some books, some coffee, and some greenery. I got 2 little sticker sheets, and then what I really wanted was like a tiny little notebook that I could like carry with me and put in like any ideas that I ever have or thoughts, or like have a little diary or like a little, I don't know. And I found this tiny little one. I don't even know if it's gonna show because it's so bright. This is honestly the Midori MD notebook. It's an A6 size and it's blank and it just says MD paper. I don't really know what that means, but I liked how tiny this was. Like smooth and soft paper. Interesting. I don't really know what MD paper means, so if you do know what that means, please let me know. Well, it comes with this little sticker sheet. It says idea, diary, and then like from the library of. So I will probably put this little from the library of sticker on the front. I think there's like a little So it's really just like a little basic notebook. It's got blank pages. I thought this would be super cute to just like keep with me. And then I got this little sticker pack that has just like a bunch of different little like frame stickers. These are what is in it. I'll show you some actual ones, but I liked the colors of these because I also got this pen pack from Emmett, which if you notice, the colors kind of go together. I don't know if you can tell. It's very like neutrals and blues, which I'm not usually a blue girl, but I saw this like combo for this notebook and I was like, oh, that could be cute. I was thinking in my mind, I don't know if it's gonna work out the way I want it to because these stickers are pretty big, but like I was thinking I could like take one of these cute little stickers, right? I could stick it on a page like this and then write down the date or like what it is. Maybe it's like idea or feelings, emotions, blah, blah, blah. I'd put the whatever I want to write about here and then use these markers that match the stickers to write in this. So I don't know, we'll see. I wish I was more of a journaler, but I'm just not because I just like internalize everything, which I know is also not good. I think I'm gonna put this little bottom sticker that says, what does it say? I think I'm gonna put this little sticker on the front of this notebook. I'm very excited about this. I've never used these pens before, but everybody loves them. The only thing I didn't really think through was like, how am I gonna store these? I'm gonna have to get like a little, like a pencil pen holder. I didn't really think that through. That was such a cute little shop. If you are in Manhattan, realistically you can get to it anywhere because it's like Midtown Manhattan where this little shop is. I would definitely check it out. It's so cute. It's very tiny but also adorable and so worth it. So I'm going to close out this video here. Actually, no, I'm not. That was a lie because I'll update you on reading. My Kindle's over there. I'm gonna continue to read the first book in the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey, I think it is. The Risk by S.T. Abbey. I'm gonna read that. It's 7:10 p.m. I didn't get food because I wasn't really hungry. I think I got like so nervous after being in that shop that I just like, I was too anxious to like think about food and my stomach is still a little like, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about food, but I'm gonna just chillax for a little bit. That was like way too overstimulating for me. I don't know if I should have gone, but I'm happy I did and I checked out that little shop because it was really cute and cozy in there. Like when I was in there, I didn't notice anything. It was just like literally when I walked out and was like waiting for an Uber that I was like, I'm gonna go chillax for a little bit and then I will be back with a reading update probably later tonight or if not tomorrow morning. Okay, hi friends, I just ordered myself some Shake Shack that I just have to go pick up in like 10 minutes and then I'm gonna eat that and we're gonna read. I did some editing on this video and just like got the clips from my phone into iMovie. Sorry, I'm exhausted. But I always have issues, well sometimes I have issues with like getting clips to work from my phone in iMovie. I don't know why. So if you know anything about that, let me know. But I will be back later with some sort of hopeful reading update. Actually, I could give you a reading update now while I wait for my food. Because I did read one chapter last night, which you know what I like about this book? I read for like 10 minutes and it said I got 10% of the way through the book and I'm literally only on chapter 2. I like it because I feel like I'm accomplished. Like I'm 17 pages in and I'm already 10% into this. And the way the first chapter ended is wild. This girl seems like she's definitely ape shit crazy and it seems like something happened to her when she was younger and she's like going back and killing all the people involved. So definitely gonna be interesting, but I will be back with some sort of reading update or something a little bit later tonight. It's already like 8 p.m. 8:07. Who knows? Last night Chris got home, or back I should say, around like 11:30 and I like kind of waited up for him, but not really. I was also like kind of awake last night, so not sure what time I'll actually go to sleep tonight, but I would love to finish this book tonight so I can say I finished one more book in the month of April, but we'll see. I'll be back. Okay, dinner secured. I got bacon cheese fries, of course. I always get their chicken, bacon, avocado sandwich thing. I don't know. And then over here we got a milkshake, of course, and a Diet Coke, of course. Let's eat. Okay, terrible angle, but I'm gonna start reading now. It is 8:52 p.m. and I am 10% in on chapter 2. I don't know if I said that. It says I have 2 hours and 19 minutes left. And I'm on page 17, so let's see how much I can get read tonight. Okay, hello friends. So it's now Monday, May 6th. I started editing this video last night. I was like looking towards the end and I was like, what the heck? Like, where did all my clips go? And I realized I never filmed anything on Wednesday, and I never like technically closed out this vlog, so we're gonna do that. Wednesday was just like too chaotic for me to even think about picking up a camera. I had to like go get the car and then pack all of our shit and then wait for Chris to be out. But I did go visit stores, and where the stores were, there was just like no parking, and it was so stressful. Like by the time I got back to the hotel, I just wanted to like get in the car and go. But then we decided to go get bagels. That took forever, and then Chris was like, oh, I want to go to Aloe. So we did that. That took forever. And then we went and got sandwiches somewhere. That took forever. So it was just hectic, and I never filmed an outro for this video. So I'm here to do that now. Just to give you a reading update. I did finish The Risk by S.T. Abby. I liked it. It was good. I'll definitely continue because they're short stories, and I don't mind not beyond average books when they're only 130 pages. And the way the first one ended, I like have to keep going with them. I give the first one 3 stars. I thought it was good. It was kind of just like, I don't know if I just don't like people that fall in love so quickly. Like they met, banged, and then they were like madly in love. But I guess maybe that's what soulmates feel like. I don't know. But I gave it 3 stars. And then I'm currently reading and almost done with Surrender, which is book 6 in the Steele Brothers series by Helen Hart. This is the last book in Jonah's story, and honestly I'm kind of sad about it. It's so funny because when I first started Jonah's book, I was like, like I think I like Talon better still, which I still think Talon is like my #1, but Jonah has a special spot in my heart now. Like he is such a good big brother. Is he the oldest? Yeah. I think it goes him, Talon, and then Ryan. He's just such a teddy bear, and I love him. But he's got some deep dark fantasies and kinks and whatnot, so yeah, so I'm gonna be finishing this up today, and that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like these kinds of videos, definitely let me know. I can continue to do them like wherever I go in the state of New York, or pretty much in the world. Like I have a trip coming up in May. I'm going to Raleigh, North Carolina for a work trip, and I'm sure they probably have some good Barnes and Nobles out there. So maybe I'll go to like some Barnes & Noble out there, even though I won't have a car, but I can just Uber. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a like. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.